Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. You are watching Tech. I am using the Android 13 based Pixel OS custom ROM on my OnePlus 9 RT. Yesterday I did one experiment. I tried to boot Android 14 developer preview 1 GSI build on my phone and it's booted successfully. I got first taste of upside down cake Android 14 first developer preview build on my phone without waiting for OT updates by the OEM OnePlus. Similar way, you can also take a taste of this upcoming Android version on any device along with your original primary ROM without any data loss. Only requirement is your device should be on the Android 12 or 13. It may work for other versions too, but not tested for now. Your device must support the Project Treble and it must have the dynamic partition ARM 64-bit AB system. You can check that using the Project Treble application link given under the video description. You need DSU sideloader application. I already created video how you can use this application to test any GSI build. Check it from the video description. Download the full Android 14 Pixel GSI from the link given under the video description. Today in this video we will show you how you can flash this using the DSU sideloader. We checked about phone details to confirm what new things upside down cake offer. I tested all the functions to confirm is it daily drivable build for the OnePlus 9 RT or not. You can follow these steps on your own device. We discuss some major changes done by the Google in the Android 14. Finally, I shown some bugs for the 9 RT and how you can switch to the original stock ROM by just one click like dual boot. So watch the video till the end. Now without further ado, let's get started. Here I am using the rooted method of DSU sideloader application to boot GSI build. You can follow non-root method also. Its video link is given under the video description. Open DSU sideloader application. Here my device storage is less, so it's showing this warning, but it's not a big issue. Skip it. Tap on the select file to be installed option. Locate your Android 14 DSU sideloader file. Next we have to set the user data for this GSI build. Default size is 2 GB. I recommend you to keep it maximum so you can install lots of different applications and files. Here I set it to the 5 GB. Next, don't change anything in the gear icon setting. Also don't change anything, keep them as it is. Here I am using the root method, so it's showing the mode of operation as root. If you are using the non-root ADB mode, it will show you the mode of operation as ADB. Now tap on the install. DSU sideloader application will start the flashing of ROM. Once done, go to the home screen and check your notification panel. There you will see the new dynamic system update notification. There tap on the restart. That's it. Phone started to boot into the new Android 14 developer preview 1 build. This will take 5 to 10 minutes, so wait patiently. If something goes wrong and ROM didn't booted in your case, then just restart the phone using the power button. This will boot your device into original ROM, so don't worry about any boot loop or anything. But my device successfully booted to the Android 14 developer preview 1. I went through the initial setup and phone booted to the Pixel launcher. Under notification panel, it's showing the Android 14 code name as the upside down cake with its developer preview build number. Now let's jump to the about phone. Here it's showing the device name as 9RT in my case. In your case, it will show your device name if it's successfully booted. But it's showing the model number as Pixel 5 because of the system modification. Under the Android version section, it's showing the Android version as upside down cake, but the Easter egg still old like Android 13 because until now no Easter egg has been confirmed for the Android 14. Android security patch is of latest 5th April 2023. Kernel version for me is Gato kernel version 5.4.233, which is same like primary ROM on which I booted this GSI. In your case, it will be from your primary ROM on which you are booting this. Now let's check out what's working in the GSI for 9RT. Follow same steps on your device to confirm is it daily drivable build or not. Surprisingly, most of the things are working, like Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi hotspot are working and connecting with the other networks. Bluetooth is working with the all HD audio codecs like the LDAC, SBC, AAC, aptX, etc. But there is some bugs regarding this that we will discuss under the bugs and issue section of the video. GPS location is working with the great accuracy. NFC is also working. Normal calls are working. but VoLTE calls having some issue that we will discuss under the bug section. There is no call recording function available under the dialer. As this is Google's original ROM, Google Photo Unlimited Backup is working. Adaptive brightness is working and it has quite accurate lux value adjustment. Always on display mode is working without any issues. You have to enable the toggle for this under the lock screen setting. All the sensors like the accelerometer, light, proximity, magnetometer, compass, gyroscope all are working fine. Other tests like the light sensor test, ear proximity, microphone, ear speaker, loudspeaker, camera flashlight, multi-touch and display are working. Now it's time to test the camera. ROM comes with the basic Android camera, so I installed the Google Gcam MGC 8.7 version. For 9RT I am testing its functionalities. It may vary as per your device. Night mode is working fine. Portrait mode for both the front selfie and main camera are working, and here are samples. They have decent background blur with the clear main object. Photo mode has the HDR plus with the frame rate control and it's working very good. But sadly there is no wide angle camera modes are available. There is only zoom options are working. For video shooting, slow motion shooting is working, but when you check the recorded slow motion videos, they are lagging at different intervals like this sample video. Time-lapse video shooting is working fine. 180p 60fps recording is working, but 4K at 30fps only available. 60fps is not working. Both the panorama and photosphere modes are working. Overall camera is working pretty well. I didn't expect it this much it will work on this developer preview GSI. Storage in this ROM is encrypted, but remember this will depends on your primary ROM's kernel. If it's enforcing, then only encryption will be available. So for 9RT most of the things are working, but there are some bugs that we will check under the bugs and issue section of the video at the end. So stay with us until the end. Now it's time for the new Android 14 working features and the changes. Android 14 has this new back gesture indicator which has Monet themed colors, means it will get the different colors as per the home screen wallpaper assigns. Under the developer setting, we get the one feature for this back gesture called as the predictive back animation. Means if you slide and hold the back key for a second, that will show us the background app preview that will open after sliding the back key. But this may or may not work for all the apps. It's under the development. In Android 14 we get the new flash notification setting. Here we get the toggle to enable the camera flash blink and the screen flash with the different flash color setting. When you get any kind of notification, we get such camera flash blink or the screen flash indication. New Android 14 has the improvement for the battery along with some changes like under battery setting. Now it's showing the screen on time for the display with the big indicator. Android 14 has the different font sizes and it's scaling the text properly for the quick setting panel, application or applications as compared to the Android 13. Android 14 has the device security shortcut tile under the quick setting panel. This new version added more security by removing the app compatibility for the application that only updated until Android 5.1 Lollipop. Means this application will not able to run on Android 14 because of its security reasons. Android 14 has revamped the share option for some applications like the Google Chrome. Here you get some more options to customize their share panel like QR code, send to your device, etc. So you can share the things to the multiple devices same time using such options. Under the developer option, there is toggle called as the transparent navigation bar. If you enable this toggle, navbar will get transparent look because of same accent color of that applications get applied to the navbar. So it looks like transparent navbar. As this is the beta build, this feature may work or may not work for some applications. In Android 14, we get the new small animation effect while tapping the lock screen password. It's a small thing but looks cool. Under the app drawer, we get the Pixel Tips application which shows us the quick overview tutorial for using Pixel exclusive features. So all the things are discussed. Now let's check out the bugs and the issue for the 9RT on the Android 14 developer preview build. It may vary as per your device. If you are using the OnePlus device, then their signature alert slider will not work on this developer preview one. We can make the normal 2G, 3G calls on this build, but no VoLTE calls are working for 9RT. Also, call recording feature is missing under the dialer. Bluetooth is working and connecting the devices, but there is no sound is available for the media like YouTube and music, but call audio is working for the Bluetooth devices. I tried to enable the A2DP offload under the developer setting, still it's not working. Fingerprint is not working. This is a common issue for all the GSIs because it means for the general devices, so there is no fix for the fingerprint. Safety net will get failed on such GSIs, so we can't able to run any type of banking or security applications. Punch hole display cutout has issue in the status bar, so time will get misaligned with the punch hole and it get cutted out. Hey Google voice activation not working on this build, but you can use the swipe gesture to access the Google Assistant. All camera issues like the slow motion recording, 4K 60 fps video shooting, etc. we already seen in the camera section. By default, wallpaper and style applications getting forced closure in all the beta Android 14 builds. These are all the bugs. They may be deal breaking for you, but by using the DSU sideloader, we are running these builds as a dual boot along with our primary ROM. So switching is simple. Under the notification panel, we get the constant DSU sideloader running notification. To switch to the primary ROM, we have to just tap on the restart and phone boost to the original ROM that we are using previously. In my case, I booted to the Android 13 based Pixel OS. If you want to boot again to the Android 14 developer preview build, then tap on the restart. Your device will boot back to the same developer preview we previously tested, with all the applications and data intact with it. If you want to remove this GSI, then just tap on the discard button in the notification panel. DSU sideloader is a great innovation in the world of GSI. It's very convenient way to flash and boot GSI. Check out our video links given under the video description how to use this GSI with the root and non-root method. Please tell in the comment section for which device this build booted and how is it. That's it for today guys. Hope you liked my work. Then please do like and share this video. Subscribe our channel. Press the bell icon for the notifications of our upcoming content. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.